Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about the Rutherford alpha scattering experiment. You already studied in the yesterday's class, and here we need to study what are the conclusions behind this experiment. After conducting this experiment, what are the conclusions they are taking place, or what are the conclusions they given by using this Rutherford's alpha scattering experiment. Yesterday, that experiment we studied that one. That is the experimental arrangement of alpha scattering experiment. You know very well, this one you studied already. And these are the observations. And here, by seeing the observations as well as by studying the observations which are observed in this experiment, they given the conclusions. The important conclusions are: the first one conclusion, that is, in the atom atoms have maximum space, or there is a maximum space. There is a maximum space. There is a maximum space inside the atom is there. Inside the atom means each and every atom have maximum space inside the atom. Means there is a maximum space inside the atom because let us consider this is the gold nucleus. This is gold nucleus. It is an atom. Whenever the alpha particles they are moving, these alpha particles they are moving in a straight line. Means here these are the orbits, and here whenever the alpha particle is moving, let us take and consider that is a gold nucleus. Whenever the alpha particle is passing the atom, here this alpha particle is not suffering any collision. Means there is a maximum space is there inside the atom. This alpha particle is moving through the atom. Means if is there any masses or if is there any disturbance to the alpha particle, then alpha particle is rebounding back. But here there is no any space is there. Here maximum space is there. Here maximum space is there, because in which conclusion they given this one? These alpha particles they are not suffering any collision with other particle or other nuclei. Whenever this alpha particle is moving high energetically with the kinetic energy, that is 5.5 million electron volt, these alpha particles they are passing through the atom in the straight direction. Means the alpha particles are moving in the straight direction without any collision. In the sense, what is the meaning of that one? Yes, here the space is there. Or they are sending maximum alpha particles. These alpha particles are moving in a straight line. These alpha particles are moving in a straight line. Out of 8,000 particles, only one alpha particle is exactly hitting the nucleus and rebouncing back. Means the size of the nucleus is very small, and inside the atom there is a maximum space is there, because out of 8,000 particles, 7,999 particles they are moving in a straight direction. It means yes, maximum space is there. Only one particle, that too hardly one particle, that is hitting the nucleus and coming back. Means what is the reason behind this one? Why that particle is rebouncing? Because yes, there is one more particle is there, positive center is there, that is called as the nucleus. Whenever that is exactly head on collision with this nucleus, that only one particle is bouncing back, and remaining almost all the particles are moving in a straight line. That's why he given that is there is a maximum space is there. Maximum space inside the atom, because all the alpha particles are moving in straight line, without any collision, with nucleus. This is first one. This is the first conclusion. And what is second one? Second one, the nucleus of an atom atom occupies very small space inside the atom, that too at the center. Yes, nucleus is there, but it occupies very small space and the remaining is empty only, and it occupies very small space inside the atom, and that is the second conclusion given by this Eager and Marsden in the Rutherford alpha scattering experiment. And these are the two important conclusions given by this experiment, and these are the observations. These three are the observations regarding this experiment, and these were the very important conclusion that what they are given in this experiment. And next concept is that is Rutherford nuclear model. And next concept, that is Rutherford's nuclear atomic model. And here you already studied that experiment, Rutherford alpha scattering experiment. On the basis of that experiment, on the basis of alpha scattering experiment, the Rutherford proposed a model called as nuclear atomic model. On the basis of alpha scattering experiment, he given one atomic model that is called as nuclear atomic model, and according to the observations of alpha scattering experiment, he given some features. According to this model, there are some important features are there. Those are features are there. Those are first one according to Rutherford, means according to this nuclear atomic model, he proposed a nuclear atomic model on the basis of alpha scattering experiment, and by the observations which are going on according to the alpha particle experiment, and he proposed the nuclear atomic model. According to this atomic model, he given some important features. Those are regarding about the atoms. The first one is that is each and every atom, that is each atom consists of positive center called as nucleus, and this is the first features according to Rutherford. He given some 7 features regarding the atom in which model, that is nuclear atomic model. This is the first one. Each and every atom, whatever it is, whether it is a gold or whether it is a silver, whatever it is the metal or whatever it is the atom belongs to the respective element. Each and every atom consists of a positive center called as nucleus, and this nucleus is reside exactly at the center, and this is the first one. And what is the second one? And second features, that is almost the mass of atom is concentrated means it is present, concentrated, or you can call it as resides at the center only, at the center. And next one, this is the second one. And next one, the size of nucleus. The size of nucleus means this is the atom. This positively centered part is called as a nucleus. The size of this nucleus is very small. The size of this nucleus is very small as compared with size of the atom. As compared with size of atom. And this one is the third features that what Rutherford he proposed according to his nuclear atomic model. And next fourth one is there. All the electrons are revolving around the nucleus. And what is the reason behind this one? Whenever the electrons are revolving around the nucleus, this one is the nucleus here. The electrons, each and every electron, they are irrespective of their orbits, they are revolving around the nucleus. And what is the reason behind this one? And he told the four features, that is all the electrons are revolving around the nucleus. And what is the reason behind that? For example, you know very well, that is there are two imaginary forces are there. One is centripetal force, and second one is centrifugal force. And the definition, as you know very well, what do you mean by centripetal force? Let us consider whenever the body is moving in circular path or curved path, there is one of the imaginary forces acting on that body. If it is acting exactly at the centers, for example, let us consider this is a nucleus, these are the electrons are revolving around the nucleus, and here electron is there, this is the center, or it is a nucleus, this is the center. Whenever there is a force, continuously there is a force acting on the electron, if this force is acting towards the center, then this force we are going to call it as centripetal force. Or else, if the force is acting on the electron away from the center, then that force we are going to call it as centrifugal force. But here, if we told that all the electrons are revolving around the nucleus, and the centripetal force, and the reason behind that one, why these electrons are revolving around the nucleus, that is because of centripetal force. Continuously, let us consider the charge of the electron is negative and the charge of this nucleus is positive. Always nucleus is attracting the electron towards its center. Means there is an imaginary force. However, whether it is the position of the electron, or it is the position of the electron, whatever it is the position of the electron during the revolution, always the balance of the electrons is always towards the center only. That's why the electron experience a centripetal force of attraction, that is because of electrostatic force of attraction. The electrons, what is the reason behind this one? The electrons are revolving around the nucleus. What is the reason? There is a centripetal force is providing to the electrons. Who providing that centripetal force to the electrons? That is electrostatic force of attraction. For example, let us consider this electron is in orbit, and if this center or if this nucleus is not attracting this electron is that is moving away from the orbit. This electron is trying to go away from the orbit, but the nucleus is not leaving them going away. This electron is trying to go, but suddenly this nucleus is attracting. Then whenever it is suddenly attracting, instead of going away, this electron is moving in this position. Again at this point, this is the velocity direction. This electron is trying to go away from the orbit. Whenever it is trying to go away from the orbit, suddenly the nucleus is attracting the electron. Then this electron, instead of going away, again it is coming in the orbit. This process goes on continuously. Means the electrons are continuously revolving around the nucleus. Means which force they are having? The centripetal force. Means always there is a force acting on the electron that is towards the center. that force is called as a centripetal force. The electrons are revolving around the nucleus because of which force? That is centripetal force. That is because centripetal force, because of centripetal force. This is not a centrifugal, means the electron having, whenever they are revolving around the nucleus, the balance of those electrons always towards the center. That's why it is a centripetal force. The electrons are revolving around the nucleus because of centripetal force. Because of centripetal force, that centripetal force is provided by electrostatic force of attraction. Providing by electrostatic force of attraction by the nucleus. And here, if there is an electrostatic force of attraction is not there, what is happening? If the nucleus is not attracting the electron, means this is going away from the orbit. Then it is going away from the orbit, means it is not revolving around the nucleus. Then centripetal force also becomes zero. That's why, because of this electrostatic force of attraction, these electrons are revolving around the nucleus. That's why the magnitude of centripetal force as well as the electrostatic force of attraction both are same. Because of electrostatic force of attraction, it is having the centripetal force. That's why the value of centripetal force of the electron as well as the value of the electrostatic force of attraction between this nucleus and electron both are same. And this one is the fourth one. And next one, what is the next features? That is the neutrality of atom. The fifth one. All atoms are neutral one. You know very well what is the reason this one? That is, inside the atom, the number of positive charges concentrated at the nucleus and the number of the electrons present in all the orbits, that is same. All the atoms are neutral because number of negative charges and positive charges inside the atom are same. That's why the positive charges and the negative charges, they neutralize with each other and become neutral. Each and every atom, that is neutral one. These are the four important features. These features are according to the nuclear atomic model. The nuclear atomic model is proposed by Rutherford, but this atomic model after Rutherford alpha static experiment. After this experiment, he given the model, nuclear atomic model. According to nuclear atomic model, what are the features regarding the atom? These are the features regarding the atom proposed by Rutherford, and these are the very important features. And next concept here, and what is the conclusion? Just you can know what is the conclusion here. Finally, by using this model, what conclusion we need to come to know? That is, first one, presence of nucleus. By using this experiment or by using this model, by studying this model, what is the final conclusion? It told that the presence of nucleus. Each and every atom have a common positive center called it as nucleus. That is the presence of nucleus inside the atom. Means first one we need to study, or what is confirmed here by using this model. This model shows that there is each and every atom have a positive center called as nucleus. This is the first one. And what is second one? That is the size of nucleus is very small as compared with size of the atom. size of the atom. And this is also by using this model, by using nuclear atomic model, this is also one of the outcome, or this is also one of the conclusion given by Rutherford. First one, presence of nucleus. Second one, the size of the nucleus. That is, the size of the nucleus is very small as compared with the size of the atom. And here, the size of the nucleus, that is around 10 to the power of minus 15 meter. This is around, this is not exactly, but they given the size of the nucleus around, that is 10 to the power of minus 15 meter. And next third one, the nucleus is very hard and dense. Is very dense and hard. What is the meaning of this word? Dense means it is indicating, as the word means, density. It is having very high density. It means that, let us consider, this is, here one object is there. This is the first object and this is the second object. And here it is having more value compared to this object. As you know very well, what is the relation between density and value? That is inversely proportional to each other. Means its value is more, means its density is very less. And here its value is very less, means its density is very high. Means, what do you mean by density? The density is the physical quantity. It is indicating that more mass in less value. The concentration or presence of high mass in less value means that is the density. But here the size of the nucleus is very small, means its density is very high. That's why the nucleus is very dense, means that each and every, whatever it is the element or whatever it is the metal, the nucleus present in that atom is very dense, means its density is very high. And one more word is there. And each and every nucleus, whatever it is the element or metal, the each and every nucleus, it is very hard. What is the meaning of this one? Let us consider, this is a gold nucleus or silver nucleus, whatever it is. If some particle, for example beta particle or alpha particle, it is coming and hitting this nucleus, means it is bouncing back. Because of some other particles, it is not changing its position. Means it is very hard. For example, this is a nucleus, aluminum nucleus. Just we can take the example. Here one electron is there. I am sending the electron with very high speed. Means its kinetic energy is very high. Whenever this electron is moving with very high velocity, its kinetic energy is very high. Whenever this electron is hitting the nucleus, then this nucleus is not changing its position. Instead, the electron is bouncing back. Means how much hard it is? It is very hard. Not only the gold particle, each and every metal, whatever it is, the element or metal, the nucleus present in those elements or nucleus present in that element is very hard. That is the word indicating whatever it is the atom, but inside the nucleus, that nucleus is very dense and it is very hard. These are the final conclusions given by the Rutherford by using which model? That is nuclear atomic model. And these are the features regarding the atom, and these are the conclusions or these are the outcome regarding the nuclear atomic model.